Well, I'm gonna do the Onyx Bridge wilderness hike. It leaves from right here next to the Painted Desert Inn, right down that path. And it gives you a sign here of the route. There are no trail markers, no cairns, no blazes, nothing. So if you get this from the visitor center, it gives you some pictures of where to go. And he also said on the phone, if you use your GPS, there's an old road it follows. So I think I'm going to use my phone and follow the old road. And I'm off on the trail, saying goodbye to the inn. So it's a pretty inn. And yep, this first part is paved and well marked. They said you could see the Onyx Bridge, which is where I'm heading, if you know where to look. I don't know where to look, so we'll see. Starting out, the trail's pretty steep, has some pretty steep switchbacks to get down to the valley floor. So as you come down off of the steep part, the path is pretty well defined. You'll see these beautiful white hills, and then you just stay on this well-defined path for quite some time. It is really beautiful. I haven't seen anyone on this trail, which is what I'm really liking about Petrified Forest. If you do these wilderness trails, no one's on them. It's so nice to go to a national park and not see hordes of people. So you really get that wilderness experience. And the views don't suck. So it looks like here where I came out of the Red Canyon here, and it looks like here where this wash starts, we follow the wash to the left that way. So yeah, there's no obvious path to the right, and it looks like the obvious path here is to the left. So I'm gonna do that. Yep, there it is. So the wash is just down to your left, and I'm on the path to the right. There is some cool basalt, this black rock, all over this. The red rock is the Chinley Formation, which is a sedimentary rock, and the black rock is basalt, which is igneous. So there was a event of volcanism where basalt came and laid over this sedimentary Chinley Formation, but then it eroded off and re-exposed the older Chinley Formation. In that formation they find a lot of the petrified wood and fossils of reptiles and dinosaurs that look like alligators. So I'm just going to keep going. That wash is to my left, and the path is pretty defined. Well, here you can see the path. That's where I came from. Right along the path there's this really cool dry wash. It'd be neat to see when there's water in here, but that gets to be quite a drop along the trail here. And the trail continues to over there towards that sort of dome-shaped structure. Well, I've reached marker number 4 on this map. Here I was like, where do I go, left or right? And so I saw on here they pointed out as Lore's Bridge, Herbert Lore, built this bridge as a part of the road system into the Painted Desert. And so this is a marker here. He built this bridge, or what was a bridge, over this wash, and those are the remnants. But here you're going to stay to the right of the bridge and head out that way. I see some people right there. And once you get beyond Lore's Bridge, here again the path looks pretty well defined. So I've been following this wash, and you know, on this paper it says to follow the wash until the path disappears and it opens up onto the plain. So here it appears to open up onto the plain, and then if you look straight to the horizon in front of you and find the squared off butte, keep this land formation in view and head towards it, crossing Lithodendron Wash. Be very careful of any water in the wash. So I'm thinking there's the squared off butte. The only thing I see that even looks relatively squared off is over there in the distance, right there. So I'm going to head towards that. Well, I was wrong. That over there is not the same butte in the picture. Way over here is the squared off butte. So it's kind of, you come out of that wash and you head straight. I had to use the GPS old road marker on the phone to figure out where that butte was, but I do see it in the distance now. So there is actually a decent looking trail once I found it, headed towards this butte. So, and there's horse poop along it, so good sign. And honestly, I'm just in the middle of this open plain, and boy, the views couldn't be better. And you'll always know where you are because you can see the visitor center, or the old inn up there. But talk about being alone in the wilderness. No one out here. And it's probably about 11 o'clock. It's starting to get a little toasty. I brought a bunch of water, an apple. I had a huge breakfast. I had spaghetti with mushrooms and onions for breakfast. It was delicious. And here you can see where the trail crosses Lithodendron Wash. It's a pretty big wash. No water this time of year, but if it was a monsoon and there was water in there, I don't think I would cross it. And then you're starting to get to be able to see that squared off butte over there more, so I'm just heading that way. Well, this is the first really good view of that squared off notch. It's really hard to see from Lore's Bridge, but if you just head straight out into the field from Lore's Bridge, you'll eventually see it. And you'll know when you cross Lithodendron's Wash that you're heading in the right direction. And you can always see the inn up there, so you always know which way to head, which is nice. Never get lost with that in sight. Nice, so you come out of that depression there, coming up here. You can still see the visitor center there, or the inn. And then you get up on this flat spot, and yeah, right there you can see it super well, that notched off butte. And there's that little white dot behind it. That's helpful, that was in the picture. And actually, you can kind of see a trail here. So I'm just gonna follow this right to that butte. getting hot, but beautiful. Look at that. I've got this place all to myself. Also of note, there's a bunch of petrified wood right to the left of this squared off butte. So I'm gonna go past the butte and then look for a series of 3 canyons. And I'll check that out in the map once I get past there. So now the butte is behind me, and there's a pretty decent path. I'm following that path to, there's those 2 triangular shaped hills, and then to the right of that is one with a more gentle angle right there, and kind of a line through the middle. That's the one I think I'm heading for, that they show in the pictures. So here's the image the paper gives that the ranger gave me. And so this looks the same, those 2 bumps, and then right there. So I'm heading right there. So I just came around the corner, and so here you follow the wash up till it cuts sharply to the right. Boy, there's a bunch of petrified wood in here, as there is everywhere. I noticed though, the petrified wood in this part of the park is more dark. It's black, and so the bridge is called Onyx Bridge, so they're calling it Onyx. So I'm going to follow this around and then read the next part. Yep, it does look like it cut sharply to the right. That's cool. So here you're just walking up a bunch of canyons with lots of petrified wood around. I guess that means we're getting close to the Onyx Bridge, which is a big petrified log. So somewhere up here it will split again. And at the split, oh, look at that petrified log. We'll take a left. Some holes. It would be cool to see a fossil just laying in this riverbed, or ephemeral riverbed. Actually, they call them dry washes here. And one good thing I always remember is to look back occasionally so I know what it looks like for the return. Wow, look at all this petrified wood. So much. Let's see. It says, at the split, go to the left. The Onyx Bridge is actually to the right, but it's safer to climb up to the left at a rockfall. Huh. This might be it. I'm going to go a little further. Actually, in here you can, see other people's footsteps too. So I see some footsteps continuing, which is a good sign to keep going. Oh, here's the split. So it splits to the right and to the left. Yep. So looks like I'm gonna go right there and climb up that, what the picture shows. So I came up to where the picture showed, here, this kind of reddish area, and that looks like the rock fall. That looks like the safest place to climb up. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I still see footprints heading this way. And that's what it looks like returning. So there's the rock fall. That was easy to climb up. And you can still see the visitor center, or the inn over there. And then there's the Onyx Bridge. So let's go check it out. Big petrified log. That must be more of the black onyx. Let's see. That one doesn't show it too well. Neat. I love how they just come out of the ground. Yeah, this petrified wood definitely looks different than in the more southern part of the park. It's darker, so this must be onyx, that darker color. And boy, we've come a long way through this canyon, through the field, down the side of the mountain over there to the Onyx Bridge. Those are some big logs. I love how you can see the tree rings in them. Very cool. It does almost look like wood from its outer veneer. That is cool. Well, I made it 2 miles. I don't know how long it took, probably about an hour. And then I'm just going to follow the same route back. Have a little snack, some water, and then head back way over to the visitor center. I don't even know if you can see it over there. A lot of glare on the phone screen.